What's up, duelists? The title says it all. This weekend is RBET, of course, and as a way to get ready for that, we're running a 16-man single elimination bracket in the really big Yugioh Discord. Of course, you can join that if you want to play in RBET. I've got my first round one opponent coming up. I'm playing Welledad in this event, so I'm going to have hopefully 4 very competitive matches to cover for you guys today. This is some premium RBET practice, some premium RBET showcase stuff, and I really hope to see you guys there for the tournament. I mean, if you can't enter, obviously it's a large commitment, but it will definitely be streamed here, so definitely don't want to miss that. Make sure you're subscribed. Ooh, double plug. Of course. Good luck, have fun. This is my opponent, Young Plague. I will cut over to the bracket eventually here in a second, but yeah, there's some powerful duelists. I think I'm gonna pick Paper. Yeah, that was legit. I want to play Welledad in this just because I haven't really played Welledad in a like tournament setting or like in a very competitive setting yet, and I want to see how it does versus just like some random people, basically. Book of Life, pretty solid. Okay, let's see what our draw is after DB is done giving me the infinite lag. I like this hand a lot, actually. I think I'm just going to start off with a simple summon Krebins, set Dimensional Prison, and pass. I want to get Krebins into play because he can not only protect our life points from direct attacks here, but he can also set up for a power move next turn where we maybe brain control the opponent's monster. Or we have Greph for pitch Krebins, send Malicious, or if we draw a zombie, we can pitch the zombie, send Malicious, and then just have like a really big turn. Of course, D-Prison not the best here, but opponents usually do attack into Krebins like pretty freely because they feel like, oh, whatever. So the D-Prison probably will be live at some point. Hopefully at some point we can make a Stardust Dragon. I feel like Stardust plus D-Prison is pretty good to have, but I don't know if we want to get like our engine rolling by using this Book of Life, or Book of Life's probably going to be dead for a little while now that I'm thinking about it because opponent doesn't have a grave. So unless he's playing like frogs or something. Gold Sarcophagus, sure. So this could be dragons. This could be Welledad, actually, or a Diva Hero maybe. This could be fairies. Sometimes they play Gold Sark. Not really sure. I mean, Gold Sark's pretty good. It's going to search for Chaos Sorcerer. That's really interesting. Okay. Well, Chaos Sorcerer makes me less likely to want to Stardust at this point. Okay, there's a Lila. That's legit. This might be some sort of Twilight build. That makes the most sense. Oh my gosh, he is going to attack. That's beautiful. That's really good. I see people always attacking at Krebins, and the D-Prison will always be live here. And this is a fantastic D-Prison because not only is it cutting off Lila, but it's cutting off his mills as well to make that Chaos Sorcerer live. This makes me very happy. I'm a happy camper right now. Oh my gosh, Trap Dust Shoot is such a good draw. Okay, so basically what we can do is we can go Grepher, pitch Krebins, send Mali, special out to Mali, attack with like, you know, a bunch of different stuff. We could also just attack with Krebins, and we could just attack with Grepher and Krebins and maybe win next turn. This is a tricky situation because I really don't want to lose my Grepher, but I also don't really want to pitch my Krebins just from Mali and then make a Stardust that protects nothing and then have like a dead Book of Life. It might be like make Yugioh. No, that doesn't make sense. Is it ever just summon Krebins? No, summon Krebins is wrong. I think it's just fucking, this is so whack. I think it is just beat him before it matters. And I think the best way to do that is to send Malicious. This is a little bit awkward, but yeah, I think it's just the best way to do it. And then we'll activate Malicious, banish, special out Malicious from deck. This is 3,700. Let's see what he's going for. He says, did you discard a summon? No. Does he have DD Crow? Does he want Crow? I can't discard currents to summon Grepher. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. So, we attack with everything. No worries. So 800, attack for 1200 with Krevins. I think this is the best way to play this. If he has like Gores or Trag or something, we can pop it with Dark End. Oh, he does have Trag. Okay, beautiful. So it's kind of what we had in mind. Do we want to brain control it? No, I don't think so. I think we just pop it with Dark End. Yeah. As lame as that is, I think just popping it with Dark End is the safest play here. We'll go Dark End, activate, pop the Trag. That's going to be a Dark in their grave. We have to be careful of that. And then we can set Dust Shoot. He doesn't get Sork next turn, but we're not representing lethal anymore. But we have brain control to take Sork when that happens. So I think we just shotgun this Dust Shoot on his turn straight up, just to like play around like any sort of like solar recharge bullshit. So we are going to go Dust Shoot now. See what he has in his hand. Hopefully take his only light so we can cut off that sorcerer completely, but you never know. And he's going to admit defeat. Okay, perfect. Well, we opened decent. It wasn't great. We didn't have a ton of activity, but our hand worked out pretty well. We don't really have a great understanding of what the opponent's playing. This is kind of crazy how much Dueling Book is lagging, but, you know, we'll fight through it. We noticed he was on Trigodia, he was on Goldsark, he was on Lila. I think that's pretty much a clear-cut zero back row situation. So I'm pretty happy bringing in the Doom Cows and the Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. I think these cards are all going to be very good. I think Bottomless Trap Hole is also going to be very good in this matchup. I think Heavy Storm Typhoon, unreliable. I think Book of Life's going to be very good. I think Mystic Tomato is kind of unreliable because they probably have access to Aaron. I'm not sure how many I want to side out, but it's probably both, honestly. I like all my other summons. I think Armageddon and Grepher are both proactive and strong. I think all the zombies are proactive and strong. I think Sangan and Goblin Zombie are obviously our best synchro materials, so we're going to leave those. I think what it comes down to is these cards right here, Return and Call of the Haunted. Both of these cards are pretty bad in Delilah. Same thing with Deep Prison. All three of these cards are like pretty bad in this matchup. So I'm not really sure which of these I want to cut and which of these I want to leave. Call of the Haunted can be chainable into Lila to bring back Goblin Zombie and Sangan, which is strong, and Return does straight up win the game. So it's between Return and Deep Prison that I want to make the last cut on. I also do want to bring in some other cards too, potentially Gores, Cyber Dragon, and the maybe Compulsory or Book. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to cut all three because they're all kind of shit, and then I'm going to bring in Gores, I'm going to bring in Book of Moon. Yeah, I'll bring in Cyber Dragon. Is that good? Is Cyber Dragon good in this matchup? Probably not. I'll just bring in the Book. Book's good under Decree, so it gives us a piece of interaction under Decree. This might be too monster heavy. Is there a monster we want to cut for a back row? Fuck it. I got water. It's going to be a long vid, guys. It's going to be a long vid. We've got single elimination bracket with Welledad. We are currently up a game, which is solid. Mind Control Krebins, amazing. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, obviously going to be very good against whatever it is he's trying to piece together. And then having access to Goblin Zombie is always nice too. Dark Grepher can pitch the zombie, put him in the grave for a Book of Life. It's possible I should be citing another Book of Life in this deck instead of Kaiku. Okay, he opened up with Recharge. That confirms a lot of our suspicions here. He's going to pitch a Lightsworn Monster Wolf. Okay, so he's like full Twilight. He's going to draw 2, mill 2. Alright. Draws 2, mills 2. Let's see what he mills. Mills Raikou. Wow, 2 names. Okay, that's good. And another Recharge. Okay, I'm actually pretty okay with this. He has no wolves being milled, which is good. Step 1, no wolf being milled. Step 2, only 2 names. Kaiku can banish both, provided we get that alley, provided we get that direct attack, which we should be able to do thanks to Mind Control. It's just a matter of figuring that out through all of this. Back row is concerning. Second Krevins, not a good draw. So we have 5 normal summons. Really mid. Okay. Let's see here. I think the best line is probably try to make a 6-star, like Goyo Guardian. Alternatively, it's like summon Kaiku, Mind Control this, just banishes 2 guys, and then lose the Kaiku. but that's not good. We just lose our mind control for nothing. So let's summon the Krebins. Let's see if this is okay. Just give him a question mark. And then we will try to take that little guy. And by little guy, I mean absolutely shredded, giga-jacked Lightshorn Warrior. He has too much attack points. I don't like it. Give me the Gareth. There we go. Okay, so we can attack first with Krebins. Plays a little bit around Mirror Force. No, it doesn't. It's the same into Mirror Force, except we lose more damage if it's not Mirror Force, so let's make Goyo. Could have also made Gaia Knight, but I think Goyo is just better because it's more damage. And I think if we're connecting damage here, like, that's really good. Hopefully he doesn't have anything to interrupt us right now. And he doesn't. Heck yeah. 2800 is... Oh, fucking... God damn it. That Tragodia is going to be a problem. Oh my gosh. Well, he's not strong enough to get over Goyo, so that's all that really matters. But still not a great spot for us to be in because he has a Tragodia, which makes everything worse for us. If he just didn't have the Tragodia, life would be okay. But as it stands, we are down a lot. Luna, sure. Unless he's pitching Plague, I mean, he's not outing the Goyo. Oh, he could have Honest. Fuck it. Of course. Of course. Target Wolf? Of course. Of course. Here comes the Wolf. Here comes the Plague. Yeah. We heard all of this. We've heard all of this before. I think I might be losing this one, folks. Hand just got stuck with too many normals. If we had a Crow, actually, instead of this Kaiku, we would have been pretty good. Something to keep note of. Something to keep note of. How good is Kaiku versus how good is Crow? Okay, big think. I don't... Okay. Yeah, probably trying to figure out the best course of action. He could bring back Plague, make his guy level 4 or level 2, make an Armory Arm, equip it to his Wolf, run over, deal 31, deal 1,000 direct. That's not bad. I don't think he can win this turn unless he has like a pretty crazy set card. Like Return or Call of the Haunted and he has a Chaos Sorcerer maybe. That could win him the game. But, you know, we're chilling. We're chilling. We're big chilling. This is the part of like playing live matches that I really dislike. Trag target Raikou. Okay. He looks like he's opting for something. He's opting for some sauce. Okay, Trag target Raikou's okay. He's a level 2. Now what? Can he Colossal Arm me? I don't think so. Plaguers, okay. Young Plague summoning. Young Plague. I like it. Cool, yeah, go nuts. Living up to his namesake. He had a pretty good hand this game. I'm not going to lie. Lumina Gareth, Solar Recharge, Trag Plague. Like, that's a pretty good hand. A lot of limited cards. Gareth isn't limited, but... yeah, really strong stuff here. Really showcasing the strength of Lightshorn as like a jank Synchro Bomb deck. It's like a bad zombies deck in a lot of ways. Whoa, this is not what I was expecting. This is a 2900 Colossal Fighter. Okay, so it's a Starbucks Dragon. He must also have Chaos Sorcerer. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. And he's making Chaos plus Starbucks. Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah. Really strong hand from Young Plague this game. Very impressive stuff. Okay. Banishing the Raikou. Leaving him with only 3 unique names. He is also Plague stacked. Brain Control off the top gets us out of this. We've already burned our Mind Control, which sucks. I don't think we have a great way out of this besides maybe Dark Armed also can do it. Heavy Storm is also pretty funny. Oh, we sided that out though. See how he wants to attack. Gores kind of gets us out of this. Not really. Not really. Cores doesn't get us out of this, let's be real. So 1,000 and then 25. Actually, kind of does. Yeah, we have some draws. Having Kaiku in play last turn would have been good, obviously, but the Gareth was just too strong. End phase mill 3, they are going to mill what they stacked with the Plague. So let's see. Let's get some info. Let's get some intel. It was Foolish Burial. Wow. And Royal Decree being milled. Okay, good to know. On our turn, we draw Malicious. Wait up. Wait just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have ourselves a game. I shouldn't have used the Goyo. That was so dumb. I should have used Gaia Knight. I'm an idiot. I'm a silly little boy. God, then we could Goyo steal his sorcerer. That would have been so good. As it stands, we are going to discarding to special. So I'm going to discard my Malicious to special my Dark Grepher. Okay. Now we Big Thonk moment. Big Thonk moment time. We can normal Kaiku. And then Dark End clears both these. We could also make Starbucks Dragon. That doesn't work, does it? I think his back... I'm going to just go on a limb and say his back row is Royal Decree. I'm going to just say it's Royal Decree. We're going to make Dark Ends. I think... we can make Dark End and normal Kaiku if we pitch this and send Plague. We can also just make Dark End and just Dark End clears. Because we pop Stardust and then we can run over Lumina, Sork. But then we're left with Kaiku. I think either way we're like kind of fucked, so we kind of just need to Malicious now. Activate, banish, special, Malicious out. Normal summon Krebins. I think this is best. It plays around Book of Moon the best. And then like if he books Krebins, we can, or books Dark End, we can at least send Plague and then stack for it and make Gaia Knight and at least run over something. So we're going to go Dark End. This is definitely going to punish him for putting that Sorcerer in defense. Never put that guy in defense. Target Stardust. So the reason Dark End can clear Stardust is because it doesn't destroy, it actually sends, which is very fortunate for us. We could activate the Dark Grepher now, pitching Goblin Zombie, sending Plague, just to get Plague in the grave, which I think has merit. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pitch Goblin Zombie, because next turn we're not normaling the Goblin Zombie. We are going to normal the Kaiku next turn. So I just want to get Plague in the grave so we are as set up as possible for next turn. This does look silly if we top deck Dark Armed and he has nothing, but if he has nothing and we top deck Dark Armed, I mean, we're just winning. So it doesn't really matter. We're going to attack the Chaos Sorcerer, and then I'm going to attack the Lumina. And now he has 3 Lightsworn names, presumably a Royal Decree set, and we have the position, plus we have the follow-up next turn with Plague Kaiku, and so hopefully that's good enough. I think this plays around as much as possible. If he top decks like Set Raikou, we can like pop it with Dark End and then deal lethal damage. There's a bunch of other stuff. If he top decks Necro Gardener, we can normal summon Kaiku, pop it with Dark End, and then win the game. So hopefully that works. He's going to set the monster. We draw another Goblin Zombie, so that's exactly why we do the thing we do. I'm going to normal Kaiku. Let's see if he wants to Torrential. Looks like he does not. We're going to Dark End, target his monster, and this is lethal. So, yeah, he can't Necro Gardener because of Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. We'll deal 1600, 1700, and then attack with Kaiku, and he can't Necro. You can't. Kaiku. looks like Haiku ended up pulling its weight anyway, which is really nice. Yeah, last line of text on Kaiku is pretty good. Yep. So that's going to be the match. Nice. We are 1-0 with Welledad versus Twilight. Really solid stuff. Our opponent had a really good showing. Like, he had an insane hand, but, you know, Dark End Dragon, the prize card from the era, is really strong. Back row ended up being back row hate, which played to our favor. We drew all monsters and a mind control. And I think our hand was pretty weak, but we were able to just piece stuff together thanks to Dark Refer. So, really solid stuff. GG's. GG's. So now I am off to play the winner of. Who do I play the winner of? I don't even remember. I play the winner of Dragon of the West versus Mosca. Dragon of the West, we play next. Are you ready? I will host. Okay, cool. Says GG's. I'm still pretty new to Edison. I'm sure I played that poorly. I think his biggest mistake. I think your biggest mistake was summoning Sorcerer in defense. Otherwise, pretty solid. Good luck in the future. I think that was the biggest mistake. Was just like summoning Sorcerer in defense. Like, there's no difference between summoning it in attack and defense, other than like I can crash a Mystic Tomato for less. But that's pretty much it. Like, I can still crash the Mystic Tomato into Starbucks. So yeah. We get to play against Dragon of the West. I've lost to him a million times before, so who knows? I'll probably get owned. He's a really strong player, or at least I think he is. I've seen him make some pretty funny mistakes, but everybody makes those mistakes every once in a while. You know how it goes. I hope you guys like this really long form, uncut tournament content. For me, it's like less YouTuber, more competitor, which I think plays to my strengths a bit more than it does playing to like, because like as a YouTuber I'm like okay, but like as a competitor I'm also like slightly better than okay. So I feel like I'm a little bit better of a competitor than I am a YouTuber, if that makes sense. Opening hand is really strong. Opening hand is really, really strong. I am gonna allure just because like I need to see my engine. So draw 2. And we didn't. Okay, this hand stopped being really strong. This hand is pretty bad. I think we're just in a camp where we set Dust Shoot, set Typhoon. Sweet Jesus, this hand is not great. Okay, we are going to Dust Shoot him. Hopefully he has as equally bad of a hand as we do. And he does not. Okay, well. This is pretty bad. Okay, we can take Caius, I think. Or we could take Evil Guy. I think Evil Guy is good. So he's got Threat, Fader, Stratos, Malicious, Fiend, and Caius. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. I just didn't want him to summon Caius and hit my Space Typhoon, because I need my Space Typhoon to hit his Threatening Roar. Okay, that's fine, yeah. This is going to be a hard one. I don't know if we're going to win this one. We don't have any of our engine. The best thing that could happen for us is like... I'm not sure what the best thing is that could happen for us. He's not going to set the Threatening Roar yet. Oh, okay, he is. Well, we are going to be able to hit that with the Typhoon. So we are able to leverage our Typhoon a little bit. Mystic Tomato. Well, what does that do for us? Nothing, right? I think it's just set 3. Set 4? I don't fucking know. This is going to be a hard one to win. I don't think I can win this one. I think he just has too much damage push, and he has that stupid fader, which we don't have any gaze for. Wow, he's getting frisky with it. He's not summoning into our 4 back row. He's not even setting into 4 back row. This could be a morphing jar. He could have gotten owned so hard there by morphing jar, Kappa. I think the answer is always to grab Armageddon Knight here, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it's always Armageddon. Armageddon Knight's going to activate. And we are going to be able to send Destiny Hero Malicious to the graveyard. Okay, so we're setting up some crazy shit. Here comes Swap Frog to send... That's a new draw. Okay, think... He has Fader. Do I care about the Swap Frog? No, I don't, right? I just don't care about that. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Okay, that's cool. He can send Treeborn. He has Waters now for that Absolute Zero stuff, but eventually we're going to be able to put together Starbucks Dragon, I believe, here. Sure. Okay, cool. Nice. Very shitty draw. Really shitty draw. I should have sent the tuner. Ew. Gross. Sucks to suck, aka be us. So Treeborn comes out next turn. He can sack that for Caius. We do have Solemn to stop that. I think we'll just attack. We could summon Stratos too, but there's really no reason to search for the second Malicious because we don't have Plague access quite yet. Oh, I should have actually. That was a little silly on our part. I suppose we pass. We are truly silly. We are silly little guys, silly little boys. He's not bringing back Treeborn. Wow. Okay, that's like best possible scenario for us. This is really best possible scenario for us because he's like sending the Armageddon, which is going to send our sending and the sending of the sending. He searches Ocean. So I know the hand is Ocean, Evil Guy, Malicious Fiend, Caius, Fader, one unknown, I believe. Yeah, the draw for turn was unknown. Sure, we'll take 400. This is going to be largely a positional game, so I'm going to try to win off of that. Oh my god, what a draw. It's a really good draw. Okay, big think. So we want to get Stardust established, and we want to keep a card in hand. So if I go Stratos, search, I can call Armageddon, send, yeah, let's do all this. So we'll go Stratos, activate, search second Mali, call target Armageddon, Armageddon activate, send, Plague, to the graveyard, of course. Plague activate. Stack Mali. Special out Plague. Mali activate. Banish. Special out Mali. Yeah. So this is very forcing. This is gonna at least force the Fader. And it's going to make him have one play next turn, which we have Solemn for, and Wind Blast. So, yeah, banish to graveyard, special out. It is Starbucks Dragon. Always, right? Yeah, of course. And then let's see, how much damage is this? 32, 25, so 739 plus 28 is... What's 39 plus 28? It's not enough to kill him, but it's enough where he'll need to burn the Fader this turn, so that's really all I care about, is just burning that Fader this turn. So we'll go Battle Phase, Starbucks, attack Elemental Hero for 700, 1400 direct with Armageddon, 1800 with Stratos. He's going to drop Gores on the 1800. We are going to... So Gores was a draw. So he has Fader still, which is annoying, but at least this should get over the token and the Gores as well. We'll go Caius attack the token. So what am I doing about this Gores? I think it's Dark End. Dark End pop. Yeah. Yeah, it's just always Dark End pop. Synchro. Dark End. This does suck if he draws like brain controller, enemy controller, but there's nothing I can do about that. And now every turn after this, we're forcing Fader, and we have 2 normal summon stops, so... Who knows? Maybe we can make it work. I don't really know. We know the majority of his hand. Yeah, Treeborn is good. Wow, he drew enemy. That's pretty impressive. So we're fucked unless we let this resolve and then Wind Blast the Dark End, I think. Okay, so he's thinking on standby. Yeah, because before he enters main, or as he enters main, we can Wind Blast the Dark End. So he's going to bring back Treeborn. I think he can stand by. He can stand by, yeah. So if we Wind Blast the Dark End now, he goes sack for Caius. We solemn that. Force the Fader. He still has Malicious Fiend, which can beat us, unfortunately, but... We'll have Plague at the very least. Okay, yeah. We're going to Wind Blast the Dark End. Okay. So now he's going to go sack for Caius. We solemn this. 1450. He does have Fader into Malicious Fiend. Krebins was a good draw. Okay, yeah. This is a really dicey one. Do we know his whole hand? What is it? Evil Guy, Fader, Malicious Fiend, Ocean. Okay, we do know his whole hand. Right, so if he draws a frog next turn, he should lose. Let's force the Fader. So we attack Stardust first. He drops Fader. Main phase 2. This is so tough. I think we have to make Yugioh. So we go summon this guy. Synchro with Armageddon, which shuts off our call, which is nice. I wish we had one more card in hand. I could bounce the call, but alas, here we are. I have to make Yugioh. And then I pass. He has Treeborn to wall up. He has Evil Guy, which he can summon. And just kind of had to hope he top decked like a frog or like a bad card here. Normal summon. Junk Synchron. That's really annoying because that's Bionic for game. So he top decked. That's gonna happen. Some percentage of the games. Yeah. Unfortunate. I think we had chances that game, but we needed him to miss on one turn. Pretty close one. I'm going to have to review that one. I think we played it as good as we possibly can. I'm not going to overthink it too much. I am going to side out the Typhoon and the Heavy Storm. He has a lot of battle fade or like battle phase stop shit, which is annoying. So like we're going to bring in the Rugs. I'm going to bring in Kaiku and the Doom Calibers as well. Rug's going to be a slam dunk here. So is Bottomless as well, I'm assuming. Yeah. Doom Caliber's interesting, but we just need it for game shots. So that's why I'm bringing it in. Tomato's pretty garbage. As you saw that game, it was okay. It just didn't get us going the same way like the Armageddon did. Once we had Armageddon, I think that was the biggest like thing is like sending that Malicious and then drawing Stratos. I could have sent Plague earlier and then been more forcing a turn earlier. And I think that's the biggest mistake I probably made, was like how forcing I was early on. Because if I had sent Plague, I could have made Goyo and then stole his Stratos, searched my Stratos, and then my return was live a turn earlier. Yeah, I think I messed that turn up. That was probably the turn of biggest mistakes from your boy. In any case, Gores is probably good in this matchup, so is Compulsory. So it's like these 7 I want to bring in. I'm going to side out these 2. I don't really love Phoenix Wing Wind Blast versus Monarchs. I think it's pretty bad. I don't really love Deep Prison here either. Call and Return are good because it's ways to go over the top. Dust Shoot is okay. It doesn't take Miracle, but it's like good enough versus everything else. We can side out one well if we really need to. I think Zombie Master is questionably good. He's a little bit slow. All of the like zombie stuff in this matchup is like questionable. Maybe we don't bring in 1 Doom Cal. So we got 4 in and 4 out, 6 in. I don't know. Caius is pretty good going first. Is he good? Maybe not. Maybe we don't need Caius. Yeah, let's cut Caius. He seems a little slow. He was okay for us that last game, but not good enough. We had to pay too many life points too. I think this should be okay. Like looking at what we're boarding out and what we have in, I think this should be okay. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see, I suppose. Let's see what we got in our starter. This hand is rock solid. Mirror Force, Deep Prison could have been side outs too. I think the answer to this sort of question that we have here is like, how are we approaching this game? And I think we're approaching it with turn 1 summon Krebins, and then we set nothing and we just pass. Because I don't want him to like brain control this and then like sack for a Monarch. Substitute, Soul Exchange. Okay. That works. He doesn't get a battle phase anyway, so... Yeah, exactly. That was another thing. Soul Exchange, sack the Krebins. Would have been annoying for a Monarch. I don't think we really mind all this, though. Maybe we do. Our hand isn't really cut out to beat this. He bounced normal. What did he bounce? I missed it. It must have been a Swap Frog, so it was Swap Frog. Okay. On our turn, we draw. We find another Krebins. Dog, give me a break. Okay. I don't know. This one's kind of tricky. This one is kind of tricky. I think we're going to go summon Krebins again. Set Mirror Force. We need to get a monster into play before we start going for like Bryonic on Dupe Frogs and shit. So Krebins is the one that will guaranteedly be in play through one Monarch summon here. He didn't bring back Treeborn. He's just switching the Dupe Frogs. Looks like he's playing around Torrential Tribute, which is really good for us. Junk Synchron. Well, we think here. Okay, we'll give him a thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, we want to think to represent some things. He attacks. We will pay 8. Obviously. Swap Frog bounce junk. Okay. So we know what he's about now. Book of Life is good. It's a way to banish one of the Treeborns. And it can get us to Goblin Zombie now, which is kind of unlocking our true potential. So I think we're going to go for that. He might have DD Crow, which would be annoying. But at least we'll still banish one of his guys. Armageddon, send Goblin Zombie. Then we will Book of Life, Goblin, and Treeborn. He's going to chain DD Crow. So he did have DD Crow. Okay, well, that's annoying. Now what? We can make Bryonic, but it doesn't do anything. I think we just pass again. As weird as it sounds. Next turn we have Mistworm with Sangan. So Treeborn comes back. He can Black Rose here, but like, I don't really care. Oh, he drew Heavy Storm. Okay. That's annoying. That is really fucking annoying. Okay, sure. Oh yeah, we lose this one. That was a tough game. I think I drew really poorly both games, but this game particularly drew weirdly. Maybe not. Let's see. Never give up, never surrender. So, Sangan, liiiittle. Having Crow here would be nice too, because we'd be able to search Crow off Sangan and then cut him off Treeborn and stuff. Yeah, we didn't draw. Did we draw any of our sideboard cards? How many cards did I side in, and how many did we not draw? Didn't draw Rugs, Compulsory, Kaiku, Gores. Yeah, I don't think we drew any of our sideboard cards, did we? Wow, that's really awkward. Alright. Synchro time into Magical Android. Gotta gain some life points. And gotta search for probably Plague. It's either Plague or... Yeah, I think it's Plague because I'm trying to ladder into Black Rose. It's either Plague or Armageddon. How many Darks are in my grave? 4? That's awful. Alright, well, we'll grab Plague. It makes brain control a little bit better too, off the top, so. We'll set, and then we'll gain 600. Pass the turn. Yeah, we just got kind of owned this game, unfortunately. Oh, he has Typhoon too? Yeah, that's tough. Well, yeah, I can't beat that. Damn. Really good draw. Really, really, really good draw from him. I'm trying to think what I could have done differently. I don't think I could have done anything that differently this game. I think last game is all that I could have done differently things. Drawing the Malicious hurt because then Armageddon didn't give us level 8 access, which I really needed. I needed Stardust with my back row. That was like the only way I was like potentially winning this game, but alas, here we are. Didn't really work out too well. He can make Goyo and then he can steal the android, which he should do at this point. I don't know what he's thinking about, or I don't know what he's taking so long to do. Yep. Okay, he's gonna sack for Caius. Pitch special swap. Attack for 1,000. Attack for 2,400. And then bounce the Caius, and then yep. What do we have? Call of the Haunted. That's not gonna do it here. I'll admit defeat. GG's. God, I keep losing to this guy. That's really frustrating. I think game 1 he obviously sacked us, like he top decked Lucky. But game 2 we just got kind of owned. Like our draws didn't line up well. Me leaving in Mirror Force was really good. Says I'd really... No, you didn't, LMAO. Or else you wouldn't have top decked that junk Synchron. LMAO. No, but GG's for sure. He played really well. I think he played both games exceptionally well. Says I top deck Econ into junk. We had the out for Econ, but not for junk. Yeah, but you know what? That's how it goes. He does play a lot of those cards. Like that's the way it goes. We're gonna catch the next few matches. Damn, brutal game. Didn't draw any of our sideboard cards, and we sided in. I think it was a lot of cards. How many cards did we side in? I have to like review the tapes now. What did I side in again? I'm gonna see what I sided in. I sided in Doom Caliber, Kaiku, Gores. Kaiku wouldn't have been that good. I'm gonna be honest. Kaiku wouldn't have been that good. We sided in double bottomless, double pulling the rug. Yeah, we didn't draw any of that. We didn't draw the compulsory either. Wow. Yeah, no, that's really tough. We just didn't draw any of our interaction. We drew Mirror Force. Maybe Mirror Force Deep Prison have to come out in that matchup. I think that might be something I should be considering. It's a little bit weird I don't have a Hero Frog sideboard plan. But then again, I'm not really happy with my sideboard of this deck anyway. And I haven't ever been, really. I do like the main deck. I think the main deck is really good. But I think the sideboard is like problem. Yeah, there's something here that needs to be addressed. Of course, the first step is we got to draw it. Okay, so who is winning? Who's currently playing? We've got on our side of the bracket, Dragon of the West plays versus the winner of Dragon versus Mosca played me. Okay, and then Dragon's going to play versus the winner of Hat versus Wave or Darcy versus Zach. Okay, so let's see if those guys are still playing. Darcy versus Zach is still happening. Okay, Dragon won. So Dragon of the West plays versus winner of whoever is in top 4-man bracket. Okay, and then we were going to see, let's see, it looks like Darcy versus Zach is still maybe happening, I'm assuming. Let's go check it out. Let's hop into the games. Yes. Search. Darcy. Watch. Here we go. Darcy versus Hath. Wait. This doesn't sound right. This doesn't sound right. Hath won. So Hath is playing versus Darcy. Okay, that is right. That is Hath. Okay, yeah, I just misspelled it. Hath versus Wave. Hath won, and Hath is playing Darcy because Darcy won, and then the winner of this match plays against Dragon of the West. Perfect. Looks like Hath is kind of doing some crazy shit. This is based, actually. Plasma Frog, looks like, with Mirror Force and stuff. Looks like Darcy is on Prisma Heroes, and it looks like they did draw their sideboard card. Also looks like they left in Typhoon Storm versus Hath, so Hath must not have revealed, or must have revealed a lot of the back row game one. Very, very lucky for Darcy to be able to use Heavy Storm for value against Frog Hero, as well as what looks like Space Typhoon for value on that, either that Phoenix Wing or that Space Typhoon of their own. Hath can bring back the Treeborn Frog here, but there aren't very many favorable trades. Looks like the Prisma sending the Ocean revealed Terra Firma, which is really strong, actually. That's a really strong way to get your Future Fusion live in a proactive fashion. That's why a lot of people are talking about playing Prisma in this deck, just so you can just have, like, that one card, Absolute Zero is now live, no bullshit. Here comes Plague. These are GOAT tokens, so this is 5-star. This can make Catastor, or it can make Android. This can't make anything else. So Darcy is saying think on the summon of Plague, and that's going to be okay. This can make Catastor. It can also make Armory Arm. I don't really see why you would do that, but yep. Looks like this is going to be the Catastor moment. Real Catastor moment happening here. This is pretty exciting. Heroes versus Frogs. A lot of Hero Frogs in this. Dang. Man, we didn't draw any of our sideboard cards. That was rough. And he also, like, double top deck game one. Oh, I'm still tilted after that loss, but I think we played game one really well. I just think we got a little bit unlucky, which it happens. You know, they have 10 Frogs in their deck, and they get down to, like, 24 cards, and they have a little bit over a 50% chance to draw a good card. And, yeah, he just hit 2 back-to-back. Here comes the second Miracle Fusion. This should play around nothing. This doesn't play around DD Crow at all, because if they just Crow this Absolute Zero, it's bad. Set Snowman, but it would have been okay because at least they would have had a Snowman set. So this is pressure, but I don't like this pressure. I guess you just kind of have to do it, like force things, but there's a Plague in the grave, so maybe if they have a Solemn, they're thinking like, okay, we Solemn the next normal summon, and then another summon can win, right? But it'd have to be like a water, like double water situation. Like a what are you doing situation. Really tense game. I'm happy we're catching this game 3. It's pretty cool. Miracle Fusion from Hath could also be really gross. Or I mean, it would just trade, but It trades into any back row, which is nice. Except Solemn, of course. But it can force a Solemn. So, yeah, it wouldn't be too bad. All right. Miracle Fusion, there it is. So this will force a Solemn if it's there. And if not, then this will trade with the Absolute Zero. Wow. All right. Looks like that's just happening. This is the power of Hero Frogs, is like once you get all set up and you just have a stacked hand, you pretty much can't lose. Because all of the cards in your deck are like the best cards in the format. It's like Caius and Miracle Fusion, which are just like really good, obviously. But the issue is getting to this point in the game. And then also opponent not having live back row can hurt too. 2 miracles are now gone for Darcy. We haven't seen much else of Darcy's deck in this game 3. I might pop on the replay of it so we can watch game 1 and game 2 to see what's up in between rounds if we need to wait. But we won't need to wait much after this because the winner of this plays Dragon of the West. So that's going to trade with the Treeborn as well. But that obviously doesn't mean shit. It just means that there's no Tribute Summon happening right now. Another back row. I can kind of see why Darcy left in the Storm and the Typhoon. Okay. Main 1. What have we got? E-Call. So this must be some type of like hero beat deck. Because E-Call is like rarely seen in like... I don't know. Maybe it's not rarely seen if they're on like Prisma, Evil Guy, Snowman Eater. Multiple Prismas. This could be Evil Guy. This could be Evil Guy deck. Okay. That's interesting at least. Prisma activates. Revealing. What are we revealing today? Oh, it is. It is Evil Guy. Wow, that's cool. This deck doesn't see a lot of play. Mostly because it's bricky as hell, but I think it should see more play because it's cool. Dark Calling. So they're going to banish whatever's in their hand. That's a big commitment. They must have Solemn Judgment then. Like, they must have Solemn Judgment. That's the only thing that makes sense. Because this is 4,700, 6,400 points of damage. And they're doing it into a back row. I guess it forces the back row regardless. But it's like, you're going pretty minus to do this. 1,700 first. Mirror Force is gone. So they're going to take that 17. That means there's no Gores. Otherwise, they would have Wind Blasted the Gaia on the Prisma attack. Here comes Wind Blast, pitching Soul Exchange, target Gaia. There is no Solemn, though. I don't think there's a Solemn. There could be a Solemn. Maybe a Trapstone? No. Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. Not quite a Solemn, but the juiciest return. Wow, that was really crazy. That was solid. So now Darcy's going to move on and face off against Dragon of the West. Let's tag Darcy. You play versus Dragon of the West. I'll tag him too. These types of tournaments, I'm trying to run them like once a week. I think I missed last week, but that's because I was like really busy with some things. But yeah, that's it's fun. It's a good time. And RBET this weekend's gonna be a good time too. It's just, you know, good way to get the tournament rust off before events like this. Having these single elim 16-mans, they're good to test. Man, Dragon of the West really has my number. He sacked me so many fucking times. It's not even funny. I can't wait to beat him in the next time I play him. I gotta get like some powerful shit to take him down with. Once a week or so. As you can see, the people in the Discord, they want it. They want the tournament. They want the tournament action. Where the fuck is Dragon of the West? Dragon of the West, where are you, bro? Get out here. Oh, they're playing already. Fuck. I'm missing it. Okay. Looks like Dragon of the West started off with Substitoad, Treeborn, Frog. Darcy's warmed up versus this matchup, but Darcy did leave in Heavy Storm and Space Typhoon in the last one. Let's see if Darcy continues to leave that card in. Here comes Eagle for Stratos, I assume. Could also be Prisma in this deck. It gets the stuff going. Looks like it's going to be Stratos for Prisma. You want to get that preliminary damage. Dragon of the West is pretty defense light from what I remember about his match. So this matchup might be really hard for him. Never mind. There's a Gores. Okay, so he's got Gorzy Porzy. But there's a back row from Darcy. If that back row is torrential, this game is like Jover. Like big time Jover. I actually really like this deck. I really like this Evil Hero deck. I think it's clunky as shit. And every time I play it, I lose. But I like the deck. I just like the concept of it. The concept of it is really cool. It's a really bad deck, but it's like really fun. Gores attacks Stratos. Yeah, no defense for the Gores. Tricky. Played around Torrential by not bringing back Treeborn. I would have brought back the Treeborn though, because you need to force the Torrential at some point. Like you can't just hope this Gores does everything, because it's not. It's just not going to do everything. Special Evil Guy? No. Okay. Prisma Balls. Just kidding. Prisma's going to send Big Piece, probably. I was going to send Ocean. Okay, so this is going to be a Miracle Fusion attack over the... Attacking a core. I don't know. What is this? Miracle Fusion. Then what? Then what, Darcy? What are we doing then? Is there a way we can get through... Like, trading Miracle Fusion for Gores is never a feel-good situation, but at least you're getting in 1700. You get in that 1700, and then your deck is... I guess you're kind of at parity, but not really. Opponent has a Swap Frog. Oh, no. I don't like this at all. I don't like that attack. That seems bad. Because now you lose your Prisma. Just doesn't have to bring out the Treeborn. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't like this. I guess it depends on what Darcy has, but Darcy's missing damage here by not crashing into the Gores. I don't know. I think this is like giving Dragon of the West too much to do. Like too many options. You're giving him too many options. He has 7 cards. I think you just need to drop the card level down and then have like a Dark Calling at the end of it all. But you're basically losing your Prisma here for free, which is not great. But maybe if your hand is weak, like let's say if you're Darcy and you just have 6 bricks, you need to buy more time. I kind of get it, but you're losing your Prisma in the process, so I don't know. It's not great. I'll say that much. It's not great. And the Swap Frog can bounce the Gores now. Yeah, that's another thing. Ew. But if the Swap Frog bounces the Gores, then at least you're getting it for 2,000 over the Swap Frog. Dragon of the West does play Threatening Roar too. We saw that in our match versus him. Could have the set Threatening Roar set. If Darcy overcommits into this Threatening Roar, it's going to feel pretty bad. Battle phase, Absolute Zero attacks to Swap Frog. Takes 2,000, wow. Or 2,500, yeah. Crazy. So that just happens. Maybe bouncing the Gores was wrong. I don't know. Maybe it was just wrong. This is kind of crazy. I didn't expect the game to be looking like this, but alas, here we are. So that's enemy controller. That's going to take Absolute Zero. I wonder what the set card is. The set card has not been used, and there's a chance that Darcy dies here. No, there isn't, because nothing is being played. Sacrifice for Caius. Caius target the back row. Absolute Zero is going to blow up the field. Interesting. Zero's Chainlink 1. No. No. Zero has to be Chainlink 1. Yeah, Zero has to be Chainlink 1. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't end up mattering, but it could have mattered. It could have mattered if Absolute Zero is ruled like Sangan, Goblin Zombie. I think. Oh, you did? I'm pretty sure it's ruled like Sangan, Goblin Zombie. Oh, okay. I could be wrong. It doesn't really matter because there's no Divine Wrath, but it does work. Turn player is always Chainlink 1. It's just forced within your turn player. Dude, Edison rulings are so fucking stupid. I'm making a video on it. They're so dumb. That makes no sense, but okay. Continue. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. Yeah, so bottomless, it won't really matter because they would have gotten destroyed anyway. The bottomless should be banished too. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay, cool. Dragon of the West, he knows his shit. Correcting it. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that ruling is bullshit and I hate it, but that's just like my opinion. I'm pretty sure of my opinion is what I'm saying. It says, if I'm wrong, blame Silchus and Fraser. I would love to blame them, but alas, I don't care enough. I'm not sure why it works that way or why it's ruled that way. That doesn't make sense at all. But it might just be one of those like bullshit Edison rulings. Because like, if it's forced chainlink 1 for turn player, why would it not be forced chainlink 2 or chainlink 1 for the other guy too? Like the same ruling should apply to both. So it sounds like just a bullshit ruling. If it is one at all. Oh, wow. So, yeah, tax into the scapegoats. These scapegoats are a liability, though, because if he just makes Gaia, it's game over a scapegoat. So, them being there is really bad for him. Huh. I just matched with a girl on a dating app, and she's telling me about the last Lego set she built. And I'm going to be like, hey girl, I know you built that Lego set. Maybe we could build something together, like a life. This torrential's not even good. That's like not even a good torrential. I would have just let that resolve and let him have the tokens. That was a bad torrential. Hey girl, I want to build something with you, just like Dragon of the West built Absolute Zero in the semifinals of the 16-man single elimination tournament in my Discord server. Fucking shit, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. 2,500. Wow. Brain control off the table. Torrential gone. That was a terrible use of torrential. I say it all the time. It's never good to use your torrential like that, folks. Got to use it at the last possible moment. Like when you absolutely have to. No pun intended. Oh, man. Evil guy gets specialed. What are we doing here? Sack for Malicious Fiend? Yeah. Or Malicious Edge? I always call him Malicious Fiend, but that's the fusion. Their names are all awful, by the way. I hate whoever named all these cards. They're all like they went to Hot Topic and they just looked something up. This is a choke. You have to attack over the 0. It just brings back Treeborn and runs it over. Unless you have a battle trap. Or you're hoping to hit like Trag or something. Book. Okay. Now we're kind of talking. Just kidding. We're not talking at all. We were never talking. We left the talking phase immediately. Straight to game 2. Oh my gosh. What do I say to... What do I say? What do I do? Being absolutely stun locked after the preliminary like exchange is like the story of my fucking life. Okay. Sideboarding. What do they sideboard? I don't know. Maybe they just don't sideboard. Maybe they're just faking each other out. Who knows? This video is brought to you by neverusedatingapps.com. Just kidding. It's not a real website. The dating apps are like a cursed technology destined to keep men in their mid-20s and early 30s unhappy. Elemental Hero Prisma. Activate. Reveal from the extra deck. What are we revealing? Multiple piece Golem. Shout out Golem. Out now for PlayStation 5. And the Golem Collector's Edition. This video is brought to you by the $70 Golem Collector's Edition. Okay, that's a really good card. However, I resolved that versus Dragon of the West, and it didn't do anything because he's a topper. He's a lucky topper. That's all I'll say. Yeah. Dashit's going to take the something. Swappers. Dude, I can't believe he topped Econ into junk. That was bullshit. Okay, he has Treeborn. But what are we doing here? I think Dragon of the West, did he shuffle? I didn't see him shuffle, but it could have been so fast. Could have been the fastest shuffle in the West. Econ, Evil Guy, Dupe. What did he send back? I don't remember. This sets up for the Dark Calling, the second activation. Second Prisma. Just loading the grave, I guess. This has been my issue with this deck. Is like when you don't draw a Dark Calling, the deck really doesn't do anything. Like it really just doesn't function. Like, oh, nice graveyard. Very set up. Nice monsters in play. Looking very functional. And then when you do draw Dark Calling, let's say, like in this instance, it's not enough to win the game immediately. So that's why I moved away from this version and moved more towards the combo Dark Gaia decks. Because it's like, those are the decks where it's like, you're going to see Dark Calling more often because you have draw spells. And then on top of that, when you do see it, you do just like straight up win. Wow, that was crazy. And that's like the nut draw, right? Like that's like everything you ever wanted. Dust Shoot, Double Prisma, Miracle, Dark Calling. Like that's like, if you're stacking your hand, that's the best possible. Going first versus Frogs where they have no traps. That is truly a hand. The absolute god hand. And that's part of the fun with playing this deck is you can have those god hands. But now going second, what is going to happen? What is Darcy going to do? Dragon of the West didn't have Frog access or Hero access, and Darcy didn't have either. So, wow. Two hero decks doing what they do best. Absolutely nothing. Kappa. Maybe they're waiting because they have the Evil Guy. The Evil Guy is one way to flip the script, so to speak. Let's see if there's a back row. There is. Okay. So we got the exchange of the draw pass, the exchange of the lone set. We've got the malicious sleeves versus the honest sleeves. Looking like it's going to be a direct mirror here if Darcy just sets another back row. Darcy maybe potentially picking up a card that they can actually play. I'm curious, though. I'm curious if they will. The way Darcy wins this game is Trap Dust Shoot, Kappa. Okay, there's Heavy Storm. It was left in, and it got a nice little 2-for-1. That is an incredible exchange for Darcy. Like, not only did they get a 2-for-1 out of the worst card in the matchup, but they also get to resolve their Prisma here, which is very nice. They're going to reveal the Golem. Shadow Golem one more time. My precious type beat. Man. If this deck wins, I'm going to take it all back because it's currently 2-0. And if it beats Dragon of the West, I mean, he's a solid player. And he's a solid topper, you know? Like, he tops hella good cards off the top of his deck. He's not a topper in a sense that he doesn't top tournaments, but he top decks. Like a dude who would top deck. All right, another Prisma activation for Darcy. Like, you have to be really happy that this is the case. Like, this is just best possible scenario for you. You're getting a graveyard all stacked, all ready to go, all juiced up. There has to be a Battle Fader somewhere, right? Otherwise, what the fuck is this? Let's see if he can just, like, poke for some damage. This is pretty massive, because now Now the grave is set up, and he's representing, or they, I say, they are representing a lot of pressure. 3,500 is a lot of pressure. That's actually cooking. Because, like, Dragon of the West has to do something about this pressure. Like, they actually have to act now. And they're down, like, a solid amount of cards. Like, I think, what is it, a full 2 cards? Treeborn is going to come back. They are going to be able to Monarch, but I mean, being down 2 cards is like, you're forced to Monarch now. Like, you have to play your cards. And then once you play your cards, you don't have the initiative. They have the initiative because they're the ones applying the pressure, you know? They have the first pressure move. Wow, I would not go for this Dark Calling. I guess it's forcing, but I would not go for it. It does say I win the game this turn if you have nothing, but obviously they have something, right? Like, obviously. Like, they don't just draw go in the frog deck with nothing. There's no way. There's absolutely zero way. It just doesn't make sense. So the first Dark Gaia here is going to hit play. And while this does represent lethal, I think it's a bit of an overcommitment. You don't need to go for the Dark Calling yet. I think you just go for the 3,500. Yeah. I mean, like, this is okay, because at least Gaia clears the Gores. Well, it doesn't matter. Well, what is this? When this card closes, you can change all defense position. Missed 100 damage there. Missed 100 damage. Yeah, takes 2,000. Should have taken 2,100, though. We'll see if that 100 damage ends up mattering, because when Dark Gaia attacks, it switches the token to attack, and then Stratus attacks over the token for 100. So, yeah. Dark Gaia would have switched all of the monsters to attack. Now, the one way this is not an overcommitment is if there's a Solemn Judgment, again. Darcy says okay. But even Solemn Judgment can be forced for something like this. Oh, wow. That's really good. That's really good. Thinking about what to discard here. That's really good. Because now you eat the Treeborn. Darcy's thinking about what to discard. No, that's really good. Cuts off their tribute fodder. And then it puts 2 really disgusting threats into play. It's basically brain control or bust now. They can't even chain enemy controller to that. That's really good. That might be the most disgusting super poly that I've ever seen. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a super poly. That was really good. Other back row is destroyed due to heavy storm. It was Solemn Judgment. But that is probably best possible scenario. That's crazy. This hand has been very good from Darcy. The busted Heavy Storm, the busted Super Poly, and having the Solemn plus the Miracle Fusion that they discarded Miracle. Their hand must be insane. If they're discarding Miracle Fusion, their hand must be like 3 pieces of Exodia, and they know the next 2 cards are the next 2 pieces. Like, literally, like, what the fuck? Isn't that the best card here? Isn't that the best possible? Wow, they do have Brain Control. Oh my gosh, what a game. What a crazy game. Heavy Gore's Brain. Okay. So, you know, some things are happening, but it's still anybody's game, you know? Gonna attack the Stratos. Okay, so that means Monarch's coming for the Absolute Zero trade. That's 2,900. Ryza, and that's gonna pop the Ryza, but now we're at a neutral situation. There is no water in the grave, so that Miracle would have been dead. Must mean they have a second Miracle. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. It's possible they play 3. They could even have, like, more Miracles. Here's Prisma. Does he play 2 Ocean? Darcy says, I have game. Well, do you have game through Fader? That's the real question. Do you have... Well, Vanities can't be summoned now because Prisma is sending. Yeah, Darcy getting a little preemptive there. Might get punished for this. Might get punished. The Battle Fader guy. I agree, the Fader guy. Evil guy versus the Fader guy. Who would win? This does send the Malicious Edge. And this can make Malicious Fiend. But it looks like Dragon of the West did not have the Fader guy. Wow. That was a crazy game. That was disgusting. Double Dark Calling. Super Poly. Solemn. Oh my god. This was just a disgusting showcase for this deck. Really, really busted. Really, really solid stuff. Excited to watch it in the finals of this 16-man tournament. So Darcy is going to play versus... Bubber Ducky rolls 666 with Snipe Hunter, still wins the match. That's insane. So it looks like Bubber Ducky's on Snipe Hunter, which is very hype, and Darcy is on Evil Guy. Looks like Bubber Ducky versus... I think the winner of these guys, if they're still playing. The bottom most. So it's Bubber Ducky versus winner of third bracket. Who's in third bracket? Damn, that Evil Guy one was crazy. That last game was crazy. He had the nuts, dude. That was fucking nuts. Who's the winner of the third bracket? Do we know? Let's see. Celia Bot was in the third bracket. Who else was in the third bracket? Goodwill versus Ramen. Oh, you won bottom 8. Oh, okay. You play Darcy. Sick. Let's go. Finals. Finals hype. Finals hype. Finals hype. Exciting. Someone with Snipe Hunter in the finals versus... What was the name? I forget it. Darcy. Okay. Duel. There we go. Yes, we would like to watch. Awesome stuff. Wow. These tournaments are so fun. Something cool always wins. That's really sick. I love Edison format, man. This shit is crazy. This shit is fucking tight. That's so sick. I'm really excited to see if any of this stuff makes an appearance at RBET this weekend, or if any of these players make an RBET appearance. If Darcy enters, I might have to watch and see what they do. It's cool to run these weeknight tournaments too, because I know some people work weekends and they don't really get a chance to like compete. So it's really nice to have like just this 16-man tournament like on a random Wednesday for some people who, you know, maybe don't have the right scheduling for an RBET. So it's kind of cool to get some new players in here, some solid performances. I'm also rooting for Darcy because Darcy beat Dragon of the West. God, I fucking hate losing to Dragon of the West. I don't know why. He always sacks me. I have like a good setup and he just gets me with the really good top decks, and I just don't draw my sideboard cards. He death cuts me, man. I don't know how he does it. Strato Search Prisma. Oh my fucking god, we have Ojamas in the finals. What the fuck is going on? Oh my fucking god. This is so based. Holy wait. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up, everybody. Hold the fuck up. Oja Magic in 40? Oja Magic in 40. No. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. No. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Says, I played this deck when I was 12. I think I know what you do, LMAO. Okay, Darcy has the sauce. Darcy knows about Ojama Blue. And Faded Space Typhoon. Okay, that's big. That's big if true. Also true. You know what's crazy is Ojama Country literally OTKs this deck. You Dark Calling into a 0 attack Evil Euro Dark Gaia. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so fucking funny. Holy shit. The counter. The counter. Oh my god, and it's here. And it's pitch Oja Magic. And of course, he didn't draw the normals, did he? He didn't draw any of the normals. We're going +3, baby. That's fucking crazy. For those of you who don't know what these cards do, Oja Magic has this really lovely effect. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, add one of each Ojama Green, Ojama Yellow, and Ojama Black from your deck to your hand. Naturally, those cards are garnets. If you draw them, it's Feels Bad Man moments. But these types of decks normally play Rescue Cat. They play Ojama Country. They play like discard traps to make use of this. Who is messaging me? Yes. What the fuck? LMAO. This is fucking crazy. Oh my god, Starlight Road. Fuck off. That's insane. That's insane. And of course, Ojama Blue runs over for 700. Airbelem's going to be able to get in. Discard a card from the hand. Dude, this is disgusting. What the fuck is going on? Oh my god, that is... This is disgusting. Okay, we're gonna get the Airbellum discard. Dude, this is Morphtronics all over again. I know it is. It's Morphtronics all over again. You know what's crazy is we did a couple more of these, and the Morphtronics guy won every single one. And I was just like, bruh. I think I lost in one of them to the Morphtronics guy, and I was just like, dude, what the fuck? Oh my god, this is... I don't believe it. I don't believe it, dude. Edison format's so based. This is I'm so happy I'm catching this on camera. I'm so happy. This is the vibe. This is the vibe. Oh my god. This is disgusting. Holy shit. Now they're back up to their original attack stats because there's no Ojama monster in play. Wow. That's so nasty. I mean, it is a little bit of a liability that they don't have the Ojama guy in play, but they're at 8,600. They have Stardust. They have ways to come back into the game. They do have 3 bricks, but like if their back row is any real back row, they're fine. They're actually just fine. Yes, of course, a lot of this card advantage is superfluous, but they can pitch it to bring out the blue and then start getting even more pluses going. Prisma's going to send probably Big Piece, I'm assuming. No, they're going to go for a second Miracle. Maybe. I don't know. They must play 3 Miracle. I feel like the only way to play this deck is 3 Miracle, if I'm being real. That's the only way. Yeah. Here it comes. Miracle. Are they going to banish the Stratos? They've got to, right? Because they play Return. So you got to get the Stratos banished. Get him into circulation. Yeah, that makes sense. Keep the Prisma in play, too. 0 can crash with Stardust Dragon. Clearing both. No, dude, what are you doing? Attack the Stardust. Oh my gosh. This is not a good look. This is not a good look, folks. What? He should actually take 100 here. Not gain 100. Hold up. I gotta correct this. You need to minus 200. You gained instead of losing. Yeah. Let's see if they're correcting it. I feel like, yeah. Okay. Cool. Corrected. Easy correction. Easy fix. Absolute Zero probably should have crashed with the Stardust. Because now, like, they can pitch, bring out the guy with Ojama Country, crash into Prisma for 100, get a +2. Like, there's a lot of stuff they can do. Like, you just gave them free... I guess they could have done that anyway. But you're missing 1,700 damage. You leave the Stardust in play. If there's, like, a way to clear the Absolute Zero, they can use Stardust to negate it. It doesn't really matter. It's all the same. Because the Stardust isn't coming back. It was off of road. I don't know. I feel like it's still better to just, like, get rid of the Stardust now. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's fine. Ironically, guy with 1,100 defense is, like, hardwalling this Ojama deck, which is pretty funny. Bubber Ducky can definitely start pitching those normals to bring back blue. But he's probably thinking about if he wants to do it before crashing into the 0 or not. I think it's better to not give your opponent the choice to do certain things. That's at least how I feel about some things, but I don't know. And then also don't give him a chance to, like, brain control your guy and then just end the game. Yep. So there's the trade. And that trade would have happened either way, but instead, Darcy actually missed 1,700 damage. Here comes Call of the Haunted. That can grab an Android. Yep. Looks like that's going to be the plan. Android can run over the Prisma. And Bubber Ducky's going to go to 9,100, which is, like, ironically, a death sentence, like, versus this deck, because the Dark Gaias are even further from ever doing anything. And then Bubber Ducky can pitch... Wow, not going to pitch a Vanilla. I don't really like that. But I guess maybe he's thinking, like, if they have another Absolute Zero, it could be annoying. I would have pitched a Vanilla to bring out the blue. I would have done it. Like, you have 6 cards in hand. You can only Ojama Country once per turn. There's really no reason not to get that blue in play now. Other than, like, I guess it keeps your Android stronger. But, like, at the same time, who cares, right? Like, I think it's better to get the blue in play. Probably a bit of a mistake there from Bubber Ducky. I don't know his hand, though. So, That could also be part of it. Here comes Monk. Interesting. Monk pitches spell, gets cat. Second Ojama country, okay. Cat can grab double Air Beezy if he still has double Air Beezy in the deck. Sometimes these decks only play 2 Airbellum because all of the Ojama monsters are also targets because they're beasts that are level 3 or lower. He does have all 3 Airbellum, so he does have them in deck. Wow. That's incredible. Now I can see why he didn't want the Ojama monster in play. It would have weakened his board and stopped his OTK this turn. So all he does now is just make Arcanite, blow up the set monster, attacks, game over. This is pretty straightforward lethal. He just needs to make it happen. I guess Gores is always a consideration, but again, you just blow it up main 2 with Monk and you're fine. So, yep. Arcanite, activate, blow up the set monster. There it goes. Blow. And then instead of revealing the information, Darcy concedes. That's insane. That's insane. This tournament has been actually crazy. I can't believe I'm saying Ojama Cat is up a game versus this is insane. This is insane. Wow. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. I'm going to message Dragon of the West. I don't believe this. They may have fucked up matchups. Check Discord. What? Oh, what? What? God damn it. You guys have one job. Of course. Of course. Scuffed. Fucking bubber ducky. God damn it. What the fuck? Cease match. Cease match. Yes. Yes. Stop. Duck Boy plays Celia. God damn it. Well, I guess you guys are getting a little bit more Ojama action. And Darcy's getting bailed the fuck out. I'll say that much. It was too good to be true. It was too good to be true. Actual 3-head. You are actual 3-head. But that's okay. I respect it. You have to play your other round first. Don't just be saying shit like, I won my bracket. When you didn't. LeMayo. God damn it. God damn it, Bubber Ducky. Alright, you guys are going to get more Ojama action as a result. So, it's a win-win for you guys, but yeah, I for some reason I thought it was too good to be true. It was too good to be true. You got confused. It's fine. All good. Alright. Alright, play versus Celia. And I will observe. I will observe. Part of me is hoping he wins. Low-key. Even though I'm annoyed that he messed up the bracket. Part of me is hoping he wins. Just so we get maximum Ojama action. That was a pretty crazy game, I'm not going to lie. Summoner Monk pitch Oja Magic is crazy. Although he was playing, I'm going to say this, very interestingly. Without, like, using his Ojama country, without using his vanillas. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how it goes. Where's the fucking game? Host the game! Are they already playing? They're not playing. Play the game. Celia. Play the game. God damn it. I'm gonna delete this guy's message. Please do not say what is in the player's decks. It is rude. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. And now they're playing. Alright. Good shit. Let's see it. Bubber Ducky going second. Red Meta, aka Celia Bot, in this game. They've got the non-classic mode hosted, which tilts me beyond belief. But I'm already tilted today. I'm already embracing the tilt. Okay. Set monster. Interesting. Can set monster contest the Ojama magic? That's the real question. Bubber Ducky out here making real magic, charming the hearts of the people with the Ojamas. I knew something was wrong. It was too good to be true, like Dragon of the West said. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Bubber Ducky gonna think for 8 million years. Blind Typhoon the back row. All right, let's see it. What is it? Is it chainable? Did it matter? No. Could have chained Dust to set another card from their hand. Elected not to. Main deck Dust Tornado is really interesting. You don't see that too often. Normal summon Airbellum is pretty bad. That's like on the low end of the things that, wow, that might just be game. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's Jover, folks. It's Jover. If this Lone Fire resolves, I think we're looking at a fucking crazy bracket of 16 players. I almost played this deck today, but I wanted to try out Welledad because it was on my, like, Nats tryout list. Oh, well. Flub? Flub for sure, but Turnade revealing the sauce. We're going to get the Lone Fire activation. Yes, based finals either way, according to Dragon of the West. This is insane. Well, hopefully Red Meta's playing a good list that has supervised. Gemini Summon, okay. Looks like they're just going for some raw dog action. Some raw dog normal summon Gigaplant action. Bring out the Lone Fire. Lone Fire activate again. Maybe another Gigaplant. Maybe a Titania. Let's see what they're about. Let's see what they're about. Is this the Gemini deck? Oh my gosh, it's not. This is even scarier. Holy shit. That's a free Titanial, ladies and gentlemen. That's a free Titanial. Huge moment here on the channel. Huge moment. The princess herself and Lord Gigaplant. If this wins another tournament, I might be looking at sleeving it up for Nats. It just looks so good. It just looks so good. It still might be. Still might be. They might just have like a random Titanial in their deck. We don't know. We don't know what's up. That's a pretty crazy setup though. All off one Lone Fire Blossom. Really, really strong stuff. Granted, they did go minus on the Trunade, but they know about the Bottomless because of the misclick. And Bottomless isn't doing shit to this resolved Gigaplant, resolved Titanial situation, so Bubber Ducky's in a bad spot. I'm not sure exactly how Bubber Ducky comes back into this either. Catastor would be a good start. So like Rescue Cat or Monk into Catastor. That could definitely do some work here. There it is. Wow. Okay. So we have a game. Catastor can definitely make some stuff happen. Red meta thinking here on the activation of Rescue Cat. What could you possibly do on the activation of Rescue Cat? Oh, they're going to Solemn it. Wow. Never mind. They just opened Godly. That's crazy. Trunade, Solemn Judgment. Really strong cards. I think it's Jover. I'm going to be honest. I think it's a little bit Jover. Gigaplant can bring back the Lone Fire. Maybe try to force that Bottomless. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay. Well, that's not going to matter too much. Titanial can just clear the Stardust, and you know the last back row is Bottomless because that's what was said earlier. So you can kind of just like play through this. It's not that big of a deal. Like the Heavy Storm functionally traded minus 2,500 life points plus whatever the fuck. I lost my train of thought. But functionally, the Heavy Storm here's defense position is not better, is it? I don't know if it's better to go defense here. What are you saving? You save, if it's an attack, you save, it's 28. You save 100 by putting it in attack position. It's actually better to summon it in attack position here. Lone Fire can activate, bring out maybe Dandelion or something. It depends on what red meta's on in deck. So this is all happening. So one thing that's interesting here is this also confirms the back row. So there's bottomless. That's just going to eat the Gigaplant, but you're probably fine with this. Like, you have another Gigaplant. Like, you're fine. Gigaplant attacks over Stardust. Titanium attacks directly. That could expose you to Gores, but I don't think the Ojama deck that set Starlight Road bottomless has Gores in hand, so here we are. I think it's just always attack with Gigaplant, attack with Titanium. And yeah, like I said, putting the Stardust in attack, it does save you that 100 life points, and it also can bluff like a Deep Prison, because if the Stardust is in attack mode and they go attack with the Titanium, you can go Deep Prison, Titanium, negate, Stardust negate the Titanium. So they're basically in a bad spot into Deep Prison. They have to like think about how they're going to attack. Here comes Nettles. I feel like you just leave the Nettles in play. You don't synchro off with the Gigaplant. It's higher equity and more damage. Yep. So it's going to be 1200 than 2400. And then I think with this Nettles, you want to make Black Brute Drago if you're synchroing in the second main phase. Because that way, if your board does get broken up somehow, like by a Black Rose or something, or a Catastor, then you're able to get back your Gigaplant with your effect, which is good. So I think that's what you synchro into. You could also make Stardust. Not the worst, but I think it's better to go Drago. Okay, guess we're just leaving the Gigaplant. Never mind. Yeah, the Gigaplant doesn't really need to be in play at this point. Like, you've already gone through most of your resources. I guess you could bring back Lone Fire, then make a synchro play happen next turn. It's just, it feels bad, because if Bubber Ducky draws Torrential Tribute, he can set it, and then Torrential on the Gigaplant summon back. So you'd have to make Black Brute Drago anyway before making a play, or you'd have to make Stardust anyway first to play around Torrential. So yeah, that was a crazy game. I think red meta drew insanely broken. Just having the UFO Turtle into Lone Fire and then not drawing Titanium, while on top of that drawing True Nade, Heavy Storm, Solemn Judgment, Dust Tornado, like just having everything that they needed in order to play through everything, that just worked out really well for them. That was really cool too, to see the power of Gigaplant there. A little bit of mis-sequencing at the end, but it ended up not mattering. I think Bubber Ducky's just in a bad spot. Like, I don't really see what you side versus this. It's going to be pretty hard for his deck to ever beat a Titanium. Titanium is one of those cards where it's just like, it beats bullshit. Like, it just invalidates bullshit. So it's really good. I think that's part of the reason why I like these plant-focused decks. Maybe not as much as the Gemini decks. The Gemini decks are obviously really cool, and you get to play Spark and like Reinforced Truth and all the cool going second cards and stuff, but the plant decks have a significantly higher power ceiling. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. Like, having Mark of the Rose, having Titanium, like, those cards are just better cards when they're live. That's how it goes. They're just stronger. The Gemini deck is a little bit more active, though, which is why I think it's the pick if I was going to pick some sort of Gigaplant nonsense. But who knows? Who knows? We shall see. Bubber Ducky does get to go first, but he's just starting off with a set monster. If you're red meta, you're probably really happy about this. You know, you can like pretty much read that that's an Ojama blue. Although Sealybot doesn't know that he's on Ojamas, I don't think, quite yet. Well, raw dogging it. Opening Lone Fire is pretty insane. So that's going to activate. But whatever comes out here is probably eating a bottomless. It's interesting that Bubber Ducky's on bottomless. I actually think the discard traps are so much better in that deck, because the discard traps proc Oja Magic and help you unload those dead vanilla monsters or the +1s off of Ojama Blue. So I think the discard traps are like infinitely better. Like Phoenix Swing, Wind Blast, Karma Cut, and even Divine Wrath, I think is really good in the Ojama deck. Regeki Break as well, of course. Lightning Vortex. It's one of those cards. Looks like we're going into Titanium, which is just like baiting bottomless. I don't really know why we burned both Lone Fires here, but looks like there was maybe a reason to want to do that. I'm not really sure. This doesn't seem very good. That's all I'm saying. It just doesn't seem very good. Unless there's something like a limit reverse set, or I don't really know. This just doesn't seem like exactly where you want to be. You can negate this with Titanium if you want to, if the center back row there is really important. I would actually consider negating it, because Titanial is pretty easy to bring back. Yep, that's a smart play, I think, from red meta. That's a very smart play from red meta. It's not like the Ojama deck's really going to punish you for this outside of specifically Rescue Cat, which would punish you for this. But if you have the protection like you should have in these types of circumstances, then that's a very smart negate, I think. Protect your back row and bring back the Titanial when you're comboing off. Especially like, I say like Call of the Haunted here is very good because Call of the Haunted just like gets you Gigaplant Titanial going again. And you negated the Typhoon for free, more or less. Not for free, but for good enough, if that makes sense. Bubber Ducky Big Thonk moment. Let's see what's happening here. Gamba, perhaps? Perhaps a Snipe Hunter? No, Monk. Okay, so Monk has the effect to switch to defense, and then Monk's going to activate pitching a spell card. Let's see what the spell card is going to be. Ojama Magic. Wow. That's crazy. So is Ojama Magic going to activate here or not? It's not. So he drew a vanilla. One of the cards in his hand is one of the vanillas. Pretty unlucky. One bottomless stops this, though. Just thumbs upping is crazy. Are they going to lose all their hand? Like, this is pretty bad, actually, because I feel like Arcanite is really crushing. Well, he doesn't get priority. No, he just doesn't get the tokens at all. You don't get priority with this card because the effect activates to place the counters on it. So you don't get priority to do anything. Light Mirror is really good tech. That's really good. So that's going to stop Arcanite. It's also going to stop Ojama Blue. No. He does not still get counters. No counters. I will message. Red meta. No counters. Cool. So they know. Attacks for 16. This is going to trade with one card in hand or potentially a battle trap. Call of the Haunted, target Titanial. Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this play. DD Crow, target Titanial. Okay. That's a good DD Crow. So red meta takes 1600 and discards a card from the hand. I didn't like that Call of the Haunted. Either way, I was going to trade with Crow, but I feel like it's better to want to call Lone Fire there. That's going to hit Gigaplant. Okay, maybe the reason they didn't want to call the Lone Fires because they have double Gigaplant in hand. That could be the case. Well, well, well. Interesting circumstance. Flip Ojama Black. Okay. That's the vanilla that they had. Airbellum plus this could make Catastor. Yeah, I think Catastor's good. I think it's very good versus the plant deck in general. Let's see if there's like a Mark of the Rose or something good. Like they defended the middle set, so what is the middle set? I'm curious. I'm curious about all of this stuff that's happening right now. Because they spent the Titanial to defend the middle set, and then they didn't use the middle set, given ample opportunities to activate it. It must be Starlight Road. That's the only thing that like really makes sense. Big Mark of the Rose. Okay, so this is going to banish Lone Fire, take the Ally of Justice. So it looks like this is one of the more like plant-focused lists, which again, I think is a higher power level, but probably a little bit less consistency than the Gemini lists. That's going to be able to destroy the Arcanine Magician, end phase, pass back the Ally. Okay. So not the best circumstance, like you're trading the Ally back and forth, but it's better than nothing, right? You cleared the Arcanite. You're starting to make some sort of pathway where eventually you can use that Arcanite to maybe synchro or make something happen. The deck looks crazy strong. The, whatever this deck is. Third X-Saber Airbellum is like worst possible draw here. I think you have to stop this. If you can stop this, you have to. it's really bad if this doesn't get stopped. It's also really greedy to not synchro main phase 1. Ultimate offering, okay. Pays 500. Can normal summon here or set if they want to. Okay, interesting. I wonder what that means then. Airbellum now has to attack the set monster if it wants to attack at all this turn. Looks like it's going to. Yeah, red meta only going for 1 Lone Fire was a mistake, I think. Or going for 2 Lone Fires was a mistake this game. For sure. They should have left 1 in deck. Now that I'm like looking at what's up. Cyber Phoenix. When this card is destroyed by battle inside of the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Nah, it's not going to be destroyed by battle. Ally destroys it by the effect. And then Bubber Ducky synchros and commands this situation. Cyber Phoenix is an interesting card. It doesn't see a lot of play, but it has a pretty powerful effect. Like, I've definitely considered using it in some decks, but I think the biggest issue is it doesn't stop Raikou, and that's like what holds it back. If it stopped monster effects as well, it would be really, really strong. But as it stands, it doesn't, so it's kind of just It's kind of just you know? Colossal Fighter is an interesting choice, but I guess it represents a lot of damage. It's not quite a 2-turn clock on its own because there's no warriors down. I wonder if Bubber Ducky plays Pot of Avarice. Interesting game, for sure. Very interesting game too. I think Bubber Ducky had like all the powerful cat plays necessary to do some sick stuff. And even though Red Meta had like some sauce, I think they played this weird. Now that I'm like looking at it, like only getting 1 Lone Fire would have been a lot better. There are a lot of things that I think were pretty bad here. Okay, offering activates. Probably sets a monster just a chump block. That's a little silly. I feel like you can just set that monster and not pay the 500 because now you're losing to the Colossal Fighter. But I guess maybe they wanted to set it on the Colossal attack. Gives them a little bit more control over when they use the jump blocker. As it stands, though, not a great spot to be in. Cyber Phoenix is interesting. This is a cool card. I don't know if it's good, but it's a cool card. I think what they should have done differently was maybe like figured out a way to get the Lone Fire Gigaplant stuff going. Because they never really tried to do that. Even when obviously when faced with the Crow, they never really tried to go for Gigaplant. Maybe they only have the 1 in deck post board. I don't know. It's just like made a lot of interesting plays. They do play Pot of Avarice. Wow. I mean, that's smart. The deck plays the Rescue Cat stuff. So what do you put back here? Cat, Airbellum. I don't even know. Maybe Monk, if you have spells. I guess no spells. Avarice looks really solid in this deck. You can also shuffle back the Vanillas, turn your second Ojama Magic on or whatever. That's going to be game 2, going into game 3. Gigaplant player does get to go first. We haven't seen Supervised thus far, but we have seen Ultimate Offering, which is like another way to go over the top with this type of deck. Very curious to see how this goes. This is such a cool matchup because it's like we're seeing interactions between cards that we've maybe never seen interactions before. Like I've never seen like Light Mirror negate an Arcanite Magician and like an Ojama Blue, you know what I mean? And then like I've never seen like Ally of Justice Catastor destroying a Cyber Phoenix and like Ultimate Offering summoning out a guy in defense. Copy Plant was a little bit telling, Having Copy Plant in the deck means that Power Tool Dragon is part of the deck, which makes Cyber Phoenix and UFO Turtle even more like of a liability versus Cyber Dragon. Interesting stuff. I wonder if Bubber Ducky even plays Cyber Dragon. He has to, right? I feel like every deck that plays the Rescue Cat stuff has to play Cyber Dragon. Like I feel like that's like a natural like synergy, not synergy, but just natural like best buds situation. Okay, red meta going first. This has been one of the most hype matches like I think I've ever seen. It was kind of hype watching Bubber Ducky destroy the Evil Hero deck, but this is really cool too. Either one of these players could win this, and I wouldn't be like really surprised, but I feel like the way red meta is playing, Bubber Ducky might be a little bit, I don't know, starting off Lone Fire. I can't say starting off Lone Fire is bad. I can't say it's bad. And maybe they're learning from their mistake of last game of just getting the one Lone Fire. Like, let's see if they just go through one Lone Fire this game. It's very possible they do. Wow, they did. They learned from their mistake. They're going to make Titanial. Okay, this is awesome. This is crazy good. Yeah, so they made the mistake in game 2, but going first with Lone Fire, they're not making that same mistake again. I don't really love going for Titanial, not Gigaplant, but Gigaplant might be in the hand. So that's the only reason I'm thinking there's a chance that Gigaplant is just in the hand. Set back row. Let's see if that main deck Dust Tornado is still in. Or something like a Space Typhoon or something. Even more back row. Wow. Okay. That's a lot of back row. And another reason I like the discard trap. Wow, that is a lot of back row. Here's Dust Shoot. That's busted. We'll see what this does. This is a really strong looking deck. I'll say that much. I think Bubber Ducky's like approach to the Ojama deck is really strong. Because you have the power cards, you have the cat and the Dust Shoot and like DD Crows and shit. And then you have like the random like +3 you get. Taking UFO Turtle, that explains why the red meta only wanted to go for one Lone Fire. Here comes Legacy of Yatagarasu. Just shotgunning it. You know, trying to find a sweeper, something to play into these back row. Legacy's a cool card. I don't love playing it when you have Garnets like Titanial and Gigaplant in your deck. But Ultimate Offering turns those Garnets into reality, so I'm not really sure if it's bad. Here comes Debris Dragon. Wow, what a Debris Dragon. That is a very good Debris Dragon, because this could be Black Rose blow up the field. Huh? Things I didn't expect. I did not expect this. Okay. These decks just, how did they fit all this in 40 cards? That's the real question. Wow, okay. Royal Oppression, wow. I did not expect that. Say that much. From the Rescue Cat deck that needs Rescue Cat to resolve to do anything. Did not expect Royal Oppression. That's crazy. Okay, if there's a way to get this Titanium out of play. Didn't search for another blue. Normally one of the best things you can do is search country, search another blue. But here we are. I would have been afraid to summon that Debris Dragon because the UFO Turtle was the take. So I would have maybe waited on it. But that's just me. That's just me. Because they Dust Shoot saw your hand and left you with the Debris Dragon. So it's like, obviously they have an out to it, right? This is bad. Just use the Royal Oppression. What? It doesn't target. It doesn't target. Yeah, it doesn't target. It doesn't target. Yeah. Yeah. That's so bad. Oh my god. Bubber Ducky's the luckiest man alive. Wow. Obviously, what Red Meta should have done here is pay 800 and negate the Ojama country with the Royal Oppression. But, god damn, Red Meta's in a bad spot now. Like, that is insane. Because now they have to attack over the Ojama Blue in order to get anywhere. The Ojama country's in play, weakening all their monsters. Royal Oppression is still locking them down. Oh, this is gross. Red Meta needs something like Heavy Storm to get back into this. That's the only way. At least the only way I think. Oh man, that was really, really bad misplay. Royal Oppression, obviously, a lot better when your opponent realizes they cannot activate it. Or they can't. Whenever they don't realize that they can activate it is what I should say. Alright, here's Mark of the Rose taking Ojama Blue. This is going to be a lot of damage at the very least. Potentially Tribute Summon for Gigaplant, but that just runs you into Sweepers. This is 3,600, so Ojama Blue attacks for 1,000. Ew. Wow. That's crazy. He's just got the sauce, dude. He's just got the sauce. Oh my gosh. That was a really strong 2 for 2. I'm not going to lie. And now, Bubber Ducky can just summon the normal monsters and attack for 1,000. Or just summon this garbage. Shit. Fuck it. Get it twisted. Hit the hand. That's nuts. Forcing a Mirror Force on a 200 attack point monster. Or not 200, but functionally later on in the game, 200 attack point monster. That's gross. Yeah, like I said, if I was Bubber Ducky, I probably would have led on the Vanillas. Try to get in some preliminary damage. Then held this guy for later, but I can see why the greed kind of took over there. You know that they play like Light Mirror and shit, like stuff that won't stop the attack, so I think you just got to go for it. Here comes a set monster. I think that set monster was known about because I don't think Red Meta shuffled their hand. So I think that set monster is known about from Dust Shoot. Still. God, that Royal Oppression is really gross. Yeah, because like this was functionally going to happen the next turn anyway, so it's like you might as well. Ultimate Offering. Okay, Ultimate Offering is one way to play through Royal Oppression. So what they can do now is Ultimate Offering, pay 500 and tribute set Gigaplant. If they want to. I think that's not the worst. Is that what they're going to do? That's what I would do at least. If they were going to summon it, what they should do is Ultimate Offering, chain to itself, Ultimate Offering. And then, because once it's face up and resolves, you can activate it and then chain it to itself. And then you can summon Gigaplant and play, basically make bottomless torrential mistiming, which is pretty solid. Here, flip summon Gigaplant is not as good. I feel like, yeah, I feel like they should have maybe done the offering trick to get it summoned under bottomless. Not knowing how Ultimate Offering allows you to play through these cards it's definitely costing them. Oh, it is 1,200. It is. Hold up. It's 1,200. Please reverse game state. I didn't even notice that. I can see why they missed it. I totally forgot. Yeah, it can't be bottomless. Nice catch, Dragon of the West. This is why we keep him around, alright? Even though he sacks me every day, this is why we keep him around. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so they would go back to, I think, this point. Where that set and these two cards would be back in hand, I'm pretty sure. And Red Meta should gain 2,000, I believe. Oh, no, wait. This is like a full turn cycle ago, right? Yeah, let's just... Okay, swing over yellow and pass. So, gonna take 200. And then pass the turn. And now Bubber Ducky gets to play his turn out where black and the set card should be in hand. Okay, he's doing it. Okay, cool. There we go. Easily fixed, ladies and gentlemen. Nice catch, Dragon West. I would have totally missed that. And that's why you don't play bottomless. That's why you play the discard traps. that makes perfect sense, obviously. Yeah, just set monster pass. The Gigaplant is now kind of commanding this board. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, if I do say so myself. Tax over Ojama green. Okay. Gold Sork, not the best, but it does something. So one thing that could happen is Red Meta could go grab Trunade. Probably should grab Heavy Storm, but Trunade will also essentially be an OTK when it resolves. Bubber Ducky basically needs to find Rescue Cat in order to make Cataster, but he's just buying time, really, by setting monsters. This game has been really messy, but like I said, a lot of these cards are the first time these players are interacting with them, myself included. Like, I've never seen a deck use Royal Oppression out of Ojama Country, like, just ever. I've never seen that. So, I mean, this is the first time we're seeing it, so naturally some stuff is going to be kind of twisted, a little bit messy, but that's just the nature of things. Giant Trunade's coming next turn, and that should be game, because they can just normal Gigaplant, bring back Titanium. Oh, I guess that's not game. I guess Trunade next turn isn't game. Because, like, yeah, and Bubber Ducky has to clear their own Royal Oppression to even play. That's crazy. Are they really going to end phase discard? No, they're going to set another back row. Okay. So a normal summon here will do it for Red Meta. So what Red Meta can do is go Trunade, Chain Offering, normal the Gigaplant. Trunade, Chain Offering, normal Gigaplant to play around bottomless. Yeah, wow, they actually saw the line. That is so smart. That is such a good play. Yeah, and they can't bottomless. And, yeah, Gigaplant should be able to bring something back, and they still have a normal summon. So they can bring back Titanial, and then normal summon another monster, and maybe clear this somehow and then win. But, I don't know. That's not great, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. I think they needed to have another monster in hand, because they could have chained Offering again and normaled another monster. Because they could have gone Offering twice. Oh, Supervise. Okay. That should work if they hit another Supervise off of Power Tool. So Gigaplant's going to activate, bring out the Copy Plant. No DD Crow from Bubber Ducky this game, I'm assuming. Oh, I guess he does have the Copy Plant. Let's see it. Or DD Crow. Yeah, it doesn't target. Supervise does target, though, so he can get the Gigaplant on the Supervise reanimation. This is actually a poor use of the DD Crow. Unless he has a second Crow. If he has a second Crow, then this is not a good use. This is not the place to hand trap. You want to hand trap on the Supervise. So one thing Red Meta could do too is also go Black Rose Dragon. If they have another Supervise, they could go Black Rose Dragon and then switch the monster to attack position, whatever monster it is. So they might go for Power Tool. Oh, they are going to go for Black Rose. Okay. So they might have another Supervise. The Supervise is going to bring back the Gigaplant, and yeah, this is just a choke on the DD Crow, because you wait for the Supervise to target the Gigaplant, then you DD Crow it there. So if Bubber Ducky loses, I mean, he's definitely made some critical errors. Red Meta's made some critical errors too, and there's that second Supervise. This should just do it, because you can go Power Tool, bring out the Gigaplant. That should just be game. Any 7-star actually is lethal, so As long as there isn't a second crow still blooming, but if there was, I mean, would have got used the last time, so. Yeah, this should do it. And props to Red Meta for seeing this line. A lot of people would not have seen this stuff. Would not have seen this line. That's pretty smart. Going for the Black Rose kill. Very, very strong stuff. Okay, Supervise is going to target the Giga Plant. And then Giga Plant's going to come out. And then... yeah. This has been such a crazy tournament. Oh my god. I didn't think it would be this based. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think it would be this based. We're about 2 hours in. And I'm just like, this is content. If you guys have stuck around this long into the video, wow. Thanks. And also, I hope to see you guys for the RBET this weekend. It's going to be very fun. Bring out Copy Plate again. Wow. Okay. Is there another option? I guess not. And I guess there isn't enough power tool targets at this point. So that's just going to synchro into... What are we making? Starbucks Dragon to stop Raikou potentially? Or Snowman Eater or something? A regular normal Giga Plant. Brought out Copy Plant one more time. Okay. Colossal. Okay. I mean, this just works, right? Like, this is just game. Unless there's like a Gorge or something. This is not game through Gorge. But it is close. So, it's not game through Honest either. I wonder if he plays Honest. Wow. What a match. That was really sick. That was really, really fucking cool. That was really, really cool. Damn. Damn, I'm excited. I'm excited for the finals. Wow. That's crazy. So we got Gigavice versus Evil Hero Dark Gaia in the finals. Congrats. Okay, finalists. It was Dragon of the West who saw the bottomless. Didn't hit. Celia Bot versus Darcy. Finals. Let's go. Hype. That was a fun match. And honestly, a little bit of justice. A little bit of justice for Darcy. Because Bubber Ducky just like kind of skipped over Celia Bot there. And just ignored that he had to actually play another round. Next time I should just put this in challenge instead of just typing it in the chat. Because apparently players don't understand what brackets do. So that's on me. If we have another 16-man. I mean, normally we do 8-mans because they're like easier to film and it makes a more digestible video. But I wanted a 16-man because there were enough people who were down to play. So I was like, fuck it, let's just run 16-man. So it's kind of hype. This finals is going to be sick. God damn, this finals is going to be sick. This is so sick. T-set, okay. Draw for turn. E-call, okay. Darcy going second, starting off with the Stratos. But, like, you got to be careful. Like, you can't just attack a set monster here. I'm pretty sure Darcy is going to attack it just because you learned that lesson once the hard way. But if Darcy doesn't attack, that's a smart play. I'm assuming Darcy knows what Red Meta is doing by now because they could have watched the last match if they had wanted to, so yeah. But in the dark, like, let's just say this was round 1 of a tournament and you're playing against an opponent you don't know. The Stratos is attacking here. And so this is more accurate representation of what it would actually be like. But this is going to be a brutal realization that if you attack into a set UFO turtle, you're probably losing the game in short order. And we know at least in game 1, Red Meta has multiple Giga Plants in deck. So here's another E-call getting burned. I actually like setting the E-calls as bluffs after the first one because you don't need to activate them this turn. But maybe they only have one more target and they just don't want to draw it. So I understand that. I just think setting it as a bluff is much better here. Because then you insulate this from, yep, exactly what's happening right now. Yeah. Space Typhoon's going to hit the return. Wow, okay. So the middle set's probably a defensive card. Setting return is interesting because it's not live. So maybe the return was the bluff. Here comes Giant Trunade. This is going to be a big turn, no matter how you cut it. Lone Fire's going to get Gigaplant, and at the very least, red meta can normal summon the Gigaplant and then go from there, go accordingly. They're going to go double Lone Fire, which means they probably have a Supervise in hand. That's the only thing that makes sense. Yep, okay, so there's a Supervise. And then Gigaplant brings out the Lone Fire. That's going to go get, I'm assuming, Copy Plants. Yeah, the first one always gets Copy Plant. Because red meta hasn't normal summoned yet this turn, so they're at the very least making double level 7 Titanial, or level 7, or no, they're making level 8 Gigaplant Titanial. They're at the very least making a really good board here. That is interesting. Getting the second Gigaplant. I don't get that fully. I guess it makes sense because they haven't normaled. Okay, yeah, no, it's the same thing, but they get the Gigaplant out of the deck. Okay. No, this is the same thing. They go get Copy Plant. I think this might actually be better. Hold up. Is this better? This might be better. They might end up with an extra body here. I think. No, it's the same. It's the same. They're just spending the normal up front. And they're not going to end with Titanium. Actually, it's worse. Never mind. It's just worse, actually. So you can synchro the Nettles and the Gigaplant with the Supervise. Bring out the Gigaplant again. What the fuck is this? Why would you not synchro main one? I guess you're waiting to see if they have cores or not. That's pretty smart. Like, just diversify your situation. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, they're going to synchro with the one that they normal summoned. And not the one with the Supervise. This is such a strange circumstance. But they're making a really sticky board with the back row, so it's like, it's understandable. This is the best thing against Absolute Zero. It's the most resilient board against Absolute Zero, so I understand this. This actually makes a lot of sense to me. Red Meta has been playing, like, some things pretty terribly, and then some things, like, 5-head. So I'm learning a lot, at the very least, from the mistakes and from the really powerful setups. And that's going to be the game. That's what happens. Sometimes you just attack a UFO turtle and your deck kind of falls apart. Like, that's the scary part about the Gigaplant deck, for sure. That's, like, why I've, like, thought about playing it, honestly, in a tournament. I think it's, like, just one of those decks that, like, it will randomly beat people. And I think Red Meta is doing a pretty good job of showcasing that. With the Dust Tornadoes, the Giant Trunade, just being able to force through combos, through everything, set up sticky boards, pressure accordingly. Looks really strong. It's like the Gemini deck without the Gemini stuff, but I think that makes it a little more linear than I am comfortable with. DD Crow is a lot better against it as a result. But I still think this is really strong. Being up a game, you have to be pretty happy about that, especially with the combo deck that can brick, because that means you have at least one game to give away to bricking. Game 2, Darcy gets to go first. I think they went... Did they go first last game? I don't remember. I think they went second because they summoned the Stratos. Yeah, that's right. They went second. So they do get to go first, but they have to be careful of Crash UFO Turtle. Ironically. Supervise is such a powerful card. Stratos is going to search for the Prisma, of course. Get set up. Get your guys going. Set the back row. Pass the turn. Red Meta draws. Big thonk moment. What are we doing now? What are we doing now? What are we considering? Just raw dogging Lone Fire. Fuck it, get it twisted. Single Lone Fire, most likely the case. No, double Lone Fire, okay. So we have another Supervised draw, I'm assuming. Looks like Gigaplant's going to get summoned. And that's just okay. That's just A-okay. Wow, okay. If you're Red Meta, you just have to be ecstatic. You're going to attack. Strange attack. Strange attack. Probably didn't need to attack there. I don't know why we go double Lone Fire there either. Kind of turns off your UFO turtles. That was a little strange. I'm curious to know Red Meta's hand here. Because that could have been a throw. Like, you don't need to attack the Stratos. You can just leave the Gigaplant in play. Next turn, you can normal it. You can bring out your guys. They didn't stop the summon, so that means that they have to... The only stop that they have is an attack stop. Otherwise, they're always stopping the Gigaplant summon. The only thing it could have been that, like, maybe you're considering is Book of Moon, and you want to force that before you go for your Supervise. But either way, I mean, Book of Moon is owning you, right? So you might as well just play your Supervise and go with the upside that is Mirror Force. They're going to send the malicious guy, or the evil malicious guy, and then they're going to attack for 35. That's a lot of damage. One thing about this deck is it does pressure really well with these guys if you manage to leverage your removal spells, which is rare, but if you manage to do it, it is very good at dealing a lot of damage. Main 2, big thing from Darcy. What are we doing here? Are we thinking about what cards to set, what cards to play? Are we fusioning? Like, what's happening here? Might be a little bit scared of like a Dust Tornado or something. Might want to set some bluffs. Just going for the Dark Calling. I don't really like this. I don't really like this at all because, well, I don't like DD Crowing this, but I don't really like this Dark Calling at all. Yes, you can if you have a rock in hand. Wow. Do you have a rock or fiend in hand? If they have a rock or fiend in hand, you can't field engrave. They have to have it in hand. Have to verify hand. Reveal to red meta. They have to verify hand. Oh, you showed him? Oh, okay. Continue. Okay, cool. That would be like a big warning. Big time warning. Yeah. Obviously, not intentional. Probably just new to the deck. Again, these 16-man tournaments, these like single elimination tournaments, they're for testing decks. So a lot of these people have never played these decks before in a tournament setting. As myself, like I've never played Welledad in a tournament setting before, so I wanted to try it. Here comes Blazewing Butterfly. So adapting a little bit of the Gemini technology, and that's going to be insane for red meta here. So baiting the book made perfect sense now. That is so insane. This is probably game, I think. Nah, probably not. So Gigaplant can bring back Lone Fire. Well, it's not quite game. You have to get lucky off of a power tool hit, I think. No, I guess you don't, because you can mark steal in the worst case scenario. Nah, it's still not game, is it? Because you got 21, and you have to make Power Tool with Cyber Dragon in play. That's really ugly. I think you grab Nettles, and then you synchro with the Cyber Dragon. Yeah, so you grab Nettles, you synchro with the Cyber Dragon into Power Tool, because you don't want to leave Cyber Dragon plus Power Tool in play. And you do have to out the Prisma if possible, so... Yeah, the game plan here is grab Nettles for sure. Nettles... No, this is not the play. Yeah, you want to go Nettles plus Cyber Dragon into Power Tool, and then grab... I guess Supervise doesn't do anything. I just feel like you want to set up a more resilient board to a potential absolute zero. Also, I think it's best to attack Cyber Dragon into Prisma, because if he has Honest to defend it, then you're not getting Chimera Tech on the next turn. But it's marginal. And you know he doesn't have Gorge because you know the hand. Maybe this is just the best play because you know the hand. Damn, that's crazy. Thankfully, that illegal Dark Calling activation is probably not gonna change much. I mean, red meta has a Crow. I'm assuming this is just gonna be Jover. Here comes Miracle. Okay, that's Solemn Judgment. Wow. Nasty Solemn Judgment. That's pretty gross. Damn, red meta made this deck look insane. That's so sick. Gigaplant taking down another tournament. That's wild. Very, very good stuff. I'm assuming it's Jover, right? Like, just has to be Jover, right? Because, like, you go Dark Calling and they just DD Crow the Malicious Edge. You know about the DD Crow because of the misplayed turn earlier. What an amazing tournament this has been. This has been really cool. Like, a lot of, like, scuffed shit, but, like, that's Yu-Gi-Oh, you know? Like, a lot of people, like, nobody plays perfectly. Even the best players in the world don't play perfectly. And you got to remember that. If you're going into a tournament where you are facing up against some of the hardest opponents, like RBET this weekend, for example, then you have to understand that people don't play perfectly. Even the best players will make mistakes. And especially if you're bringing some different shit like this, you can catch them off guard real easily. So, fun stuff. Thanks to all the players who participated. Thanks to all you guys for sticking around through this amazing, amazing tournament. And I'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace out.